Morning, folks. My name is Kurt Hitzemann, County Court Judge here in Hernando County. You folks are here for your first appearance. Purpose of the first appearance is so that you may be informed of the charges against you. I'll determine if there's probable cause for those charges. Probable cause simply means it's more likely than not that a crime has occurred, and more likely than not that you're the person who's committed the crime. Of course, as you stand before me today, I presume that you're innocent of these allegations. That presumption of innocence will stay with you through every stage of the proceedings, unless and until the state attorney's office can prove the charges against you beyond and to the exclusion of a reasonable doubt. We'll set your conditions of pretrial release, that is your bail or your bond. In most cases, you've had a bond set already pursuant to the bond schedule here in the 5th Judicial Circuit or the warrant which led to your arrest. I'll determine if that bond should be raised or lowered or left the same, or whether there will be additional conditions of pretrial release placed upon you. We'll let you know when your next court date will be, and if you'd like to have the services of the public defender, I will gladly appoint the PD to represent you this morning. You do have a right to have contact with folks on the outside, family, friends, counsel. If you have not had a chance to make that call, please let me know. We'll make sure that that happens. Finally, and most importantly, you're advised that you do have an absolute right to remain silent with regard to the facts that surround your arrest. I encourage you to do that. These proceedings are recorded. In addition, there is an assistant state attorney in the courtroom with me today. If you say something that tends to incriminate you, they will use it against you in the prosecution down the road. I now need each and every one of you there at the jail to please raise your right hands and be sworn. Y'all solemnly swear or affirm, tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth? Outstanding. When you hear your name called, please step forward to the podium. Lisa Field. Morning, Ms. Field. What's your date of birth?
3/26/1973.
Lisa, I got 2 counts of criminal mischief this morning. There's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, if you want to represent yourself, you want to hire private counsel, would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD, State.
It's 2016 DWSR charge and a failure to appear in 2017 that I don't know the underlying charge for.
Okay. Lisa, where are you living these days?
Daylight.
Okay. Campbell Drive?
Yep.
Okay. You got a job?
No.
Okay.
My boyfriend took care of me.
Okay. And that was Mr. Brewer, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Lisa, I'm going to set your bond at $500 in each count. That's a total of $1,000. Condition of the bond is I don't want you to have any contact with Mr. Brewer, all right? So don't go back there anymore. We'll have you back in court on the 28th of September. Very important that you contact the public defender's office when you get out, all right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Lisa McNamee. Want to miss what's your date of birth?
3666.
Lisa, the charge is trespass. There's probable cause for that charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD, Steve.
94 DUI, 99 welfare fraud, 2001 grand theft, 2001 robbery, 2004 petty theft, 2005 grand theft, 2007 uttering, and a 2008 DSP. Looks like she went to DOC on the DSP. And there's an out-of-state theft in 08.
All right. And at least I have an address for you on Jefferson Street in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long have you been there?
Well, I've been in Hernando for 23 years.
Okay. Do you have a job these days?
I was in a car accident last month now, so I'm not working right now.
Okay. I'll set your bond at $500. I'll have you back in court on the 21st of September. Very important that you contact the public defender when you get out, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. LaBero Williams. Miss Williams, what's your date of birth?
July 3rd, 1997.
Miss Williams, you are here on a warrant signed by Judge Heinemann. You found probable cause for 1 count of affray. State, is this something she could resolve today if she was interested?
Yeah, I'd offer time served on this, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Williams, if you want to resolve this today, you could take time served. That means you could enter a no contest plea. I'd adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 1 day in the county jail, credit 1 day served. Be a fine and court cost of $503, but you could set up a payment for that with the clerk's office. But you get out today, in this case it'd be over. If you'd rather have a chance to speak to an attorney first, of course you can do that.
No, I'll plead no contest.
Say that again?
I'll plead no contest.
All right. You understand by entering that plea, you give up the right to have a trial by jury, the right to confront the witnesses against you, the right to remain silent, the right to have a lawyer represent you, but you're willing to give up those rights so we can take care of this today?
Yes.
Very good. And case number, do you have a case number? No. As to the charge of affray, how do you wish to plead, Ms. Williams? You can plead no contest.
No contest.
Accept that plea, find is freely and voluntarily made. Will adjudicate you guilty, sentence to 1 day in the county jail, credit 1 day served, fine and court costs is $503, and your cost of incarceration. That takes care of it. If there's nothing else keeping you in the jail, you will be released today, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Christopher Havens. Want to sir, what's your date of birth?
9/24/75.
Charges burglary of a dwelling. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
You could point public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. State.
2017 failure to appear, 2016 DWSR, 2006 marijuana,
Yeah, because
Hang on, sir.
98 DUI that's out of state, 2010 assault, 2010 petty theft, 2010 felony, felon in possession of a weapon. Those are all out of state charges as well. And 2010 aggravated harassment also from, I believe that was from New York.
All right. Christopher, I have an address for you on West Spring Meadow Loop in Lecanto. Is that where you live?
mm-hmm.
How long have you been there?
Yeah.
Do you have a job?
No.
Okay. I'll set your bond at $5,000. We'll have you back in court on the 28th of September. If you're able to get out, you should contact the public defender right away. If you can't get out, they'll come see you at the jail, all right?
All right.
Thank you. Carlos Jackson. What is their date of birth?
8185.
Mr. Jackson, I got some new charges here, and it also appears that you're currently on felony probation. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have possession of cocaine, introduction of contraband into a detention facility, carrying a concealed firearm, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, possession of ammunition by a convicted felon, trespass, and a probable cause arrest for violation of probation. There's probable cause for all those charges. As to those charges, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. Bond on the VOP, of course, is going to be no bond. I'll have that one back on the 28th of September. Public defender is going to come see you before then. Because you're on no bond on that, I'll leave the bonds on the other cases per the schedule, which is $2,000 on the cocaine, $5,000 on the introduction, $2,000 on concealed firearm, $10,000 on the felon in possession charges, $1,000 on the trespass. That's a total of $30,000. But of course, you can't bond out because of the VOP. Those are also coming back September 28th. The public defender is going to come see you before you go to court, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Christian Madigan? Morning, Christian. What's your date of birth?
12/10/98.
Christian, you're here on a warrant that I signed. I found probable cause for violation of probation. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself? You want to hire private counsel? Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. Bond, of course, is no bond. I'm not going to change that. I'll have you back on the 21st of September. PD will come see you before then, see if we can get your case worked out, okay? Thank you. Marino Moser. Morning, sir. What's your date of birth?
Morning. 03/24/1995.
Marino, I have a charge of possession of drug paraphernalia, and it looks like you're also on felony probation right now. Is that correct?
Correct, sir.
So I have probable cause arrest for the VOP. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. Bond on the VOP, of course, is going to be no bond. That charge will be back on the 28th of September. The bond on the paraphernalia, I'll set at $1,000, but of course you can't bond out because of the VOP. The paraphernalia will be back on the 21st of September. Public defender's going to come see you at the jail before you go to court, okay?
My court date's 28th.
You got the 21st on the paraphernalia, the 28th on the VOP, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Thanks, folks.